We're facing a war on two fronts. The Ukraine war now, 4 and a bit years in, and let's salute the bravery of the Ukrainians over so many years, both on the front line and the civilians, as they fight for the values that matter to us. And now the other front, the other war, which is the Iran war, which I know is causing huge concern. People look at their screens and they're worried when they see explosions, infrastructure blown up, the rhetoric that goes with it, worried about whether this is going to escalate even further. And therefore it's really important that I reiterate where I stand and where this government stands. Because this is not our war. And we are not going to be dragged into it. Yes, of course, we will defend British lives and British interests in the region. We'll stand by our allies in the Gulf region. But we're not going to get dragged in. That's my values, that's my principles, and that's what we've applied to our decisions, whatever the pressure and whoever it's coming from. But what a contrast if you took Kemi Badenoch or Nigel Farage. What did they want to do? They wanted to go straight in with both feet into the war without thinking through the consequences. Now they're in opposition at the moment. Maybe that doesn't matter very much, but it's terrible judgment. Because taking your country to war is the single most important decision a Prime Minister can ever take. And if they had been in government, would be in a war with no plan. And then you've got Polanski. He thinks that with a war on two fronts, now is the time to give up our NATO membership. Now is the time to start negotiating with Putin over our nuclear deterrent. We'd be left so weak and so exposed if any of those individuals were in government. And it's really important, therefore, that we stick to our principles, stick to our values, and show the leadership that's needed in a time like this. And I know that in addition to worrying about what they see on screen, so many people across the country, when they see the war, particularly in Iran, they're beginning to think, how's this going to impact on me, my family, my household, and my bills going up? And that's a perfectly understandable concern. And it's a real concern to the government that we make sure that we do what we can to support families across the country. That's why I'm really pleased that at the last budget, Rachel Reeves, our Chancellor, who steadied the way on our economy, took the decision that we would reduce household energy bills. And this Wednesday, that decision comes into effect. So for households across the country who are really worried about the impact on their bills, I can be really clear today that on Wednesday, your energy bills will come down by about an average £100, just over £100, and they will stay down until the end of June, whatever happens in the conflict in Iran. Really important we get that message across. People are very worried about this. Bills coming down this Wednesday, staying down until the end of June. And so there's that reassurance for people. Fuel duty as well, frozen until September. And for those that use oil to heat their homes, which happens in rural areas, we put some support in there as well because we know the costs are going up. Really important when we're looking at international conflict that we stay focused on the cost of living, which whatever's going on in the world, whatever's going on in politics, and there's a lot in both, most people are concerned, most of all, about the cost of living.